Greetings metalheads and welcome back to my channel. I usually analyze Cradle of Filth on my channel because it's my favorite band, but I listen to a lot of other amazing bands who have their sparks of genius. Moonspell is actually the first metal band that I ever saw live, and I was 15 and my dad was kind enough to drive me for 500 kilometers to see them in concert. So this song also has a kind of a special personal meaning for me. So today we are going to listen to a gem of a song from the gothic metal variety by the Portuguese band Moonspell. The song comes from their 1996 album Irreligious, and the name is Mephisto. Its complex and atmospheric instrumentation is stunning. The vocals are highly expressive and the lyrics illustrate one of my favorite myths in the history of literature, the Faustian myth. So let's dive into it. Mephisto, or Mephistopheles, is the name of a demon in German folklore associated primarily with the Faustian legends. Starting from the 1500s with the clash between the dogmatic Middle Ages and the scientific impetus and humanistic spirit of the modern age, writers were fascinated with the theme of the scholar who makes a pact with the devil to sell his soul in exchange for knowledge, and an entire corpus of literature across Europe is dedicated to this myth. This archetypal scholar is, of course, Faust, and the devil's retainer, the one who directly interacts with Dr. Faust, is Mephisto. The biblical devil is quite an abstract concept, a metaphysical evil, simply a foil to God. So during the Renaissance and Enlightenment, there came the need for a more earthly personification of the devil. And this is what Mephisto is. It is evil as an intellectual perspective. The most famous and most referenced depiction of Mephisto is that of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's tragedy Faust from 1808. There he is a modern devil, intellectual, cynical, sarcastic and melancholic, and utterly charming. He is an observer, an interpreter, a spectator, if you will, of the world and of humanity. Like Lucifer in serpent form, he offers forbidden knowledge to those who want to pursue it and damns their souls. But significantly, he only goes to corrupt those who are already sinful. Bearing this in mind, let's now listen and see how Fernando Ribeiro, the singer of Moonspell, impersonates Mephisto in this amazing song. We see from this first stanza how the confusion and chaos of mankind, for they undoubtedly refers to humankind, is laid out from the beginning in the words of Mephisto himself. He is an outside observer who looks upon humans with a sort of scholarly curiosity, as if trying to understand them. The fact that they are discussing all at once suggests the cacophony of voices and thoughts, the Babel Tower where everyone has something to say but no one else understands them. It's a sort of loneliness in togetherness, a madhouse indeed. The image of the madman hanging head down resembles the hanged man of tarot, which is a symbol of wisdom. It is a reference to the Norse god Odin, who in true shamanic fashion undergoes a ritual death pierced by a spear and hung for 9 nights in sensory deprivation in order to sacrifice himself to himself and gain wisdom as a reward. The tree from which he hangs is the world tree, Yggdrasil, but the tree in the song may also be a reference to the tree of knowledge in Judeo-Christian belief. But whatever it is, the tree is dead, long dead. So the people are sacrificing themselves in order to gain wisdom, but there's no wisdom to be gained by any earthly means. So they need help from below. I love the whispers and the low voice of Fernando here. It feels almost intimate, as if Mephisto is talking to himself and we are privy to his thoughts. A soliloquy. Emptiness and vainglory. This is what characterizes humankind. Their vanity masks the emptiness they have inside. And this is why they go to such great lengths to pretend that they are something they are not. The way of the world is, to the observer Mephisto, like a masquerade. But he can see beyond their costumes the disease that lies underneath. They're all restless, trying to find that thing which is still missing from their lives. And hungrily, they're looking for someone to help them, for Mephisto. And of course, he is there to happily supply the knowledge they are looking for, the answers that they want. But everything is ultimately futile, meaningless, even knowledge in the hands of mortals. For what will they do with the world of information he can open for them? Besides, he can tell them anything, any nonsense, and lie. And if he dresses it nicely enough, the people will still buy it because they are hungry to believe, he says. So he dazzles them with tricks, and they are so gullible that they'll give him anything in return. For Mephisto, the game is very enjoyable, not only because he appears as a sort of a god to them, and he gets to be admired and to have control over them, but rather because ignorance fascinates him. Like an immortal who is fascinated with mortals because of their impermanence, because their short lives make them live more intensely, Mephisto shows a sort of longing for their state of naivety. Without unlimited access to knowledge, humans are curious, more eager to learn. They have a sense of wonder that he, we can assume, has lost. Hence, the interaction with them makes him more reflective and self-aware. Is he envious of their condition?
I am an angel.
His true form is that of an angel dressed in red, a color often associated with danger in its association with blood and fire, but also passion and sin. Riding above you points to his position of superiority or transcendence, emphasizing a sense of power or control, while etching fire rings as he glides or rides, presumably, showcases his supernatural power, his ability to leave a lasting mark, possibly a destructive one. Fire being associated with chaos, transformation, or even purification. He says, "I've learned to fly," suggested that he has been liberated and descended, he has evolved and progressed, while the human he talks to has stagnated dreadfully. He's still stuck in his long dead tree, an image of decay and lack of vitality. He is stuck searching for something he would never find on his own. This comparison highlights how humanity is so unevolved, while Mephisto himself is far above it, the superior being. Wow, those vampiric keyboards. So finally the pact is laid out. Mephisto offers a world of knowledge and power, an alchemist's dream. Turning base metals into gold and gaining everlasting life are the properties of the Philosopher's Stone, that alchemical substance which was the goal of every alchemist from antiquity to the early modern period, representing the culmination of all of his studies. Because the knowledge he seeks is not just for knowledge's sake, but in order to gain outstanding abilities. And this hunger, this greed, makes one willing to even sell his soul. The evil laughter. So he's now not an angel but a demon. I find it interesting how in Goethe's Faust, Mephisto, being the philosopher that he is, always tries to define himself but does so in relation to something else. So when he says he is what mortals call evil, he points out that evil is just another side of good, so they cannot exist independently. Similarly, here the fire-wielding angel dressed in red is in fact a demon. Don't know the answer of the human to Mephisto's proposal, so the song is open-ended, but we can trust in Mephisto's power of persuasion. This is perhaps my favorite song by Moonspell. Opium comes close in terms of lyrics, but with Mephisto I am completely in love with the complex and atmospheric sound as well. It sounds just so mysterious and occult. Also, I love bands that combine speaking and whispering even with clean vocals and with growls in the same song. The variation of all of these dimensions of the human voice makes music so expressive, and it's only metal music that can have all of these layers. So this was my analysis, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I've talked about romanticism and gothic literature on this channel so much, but I usually illustrate these concepts in the lyrics of Cradle of Filth, so I thought I'd provide some variation. After all, the world of gothic metal is wide and wonderful. So what is your favorite Moonspell song? And what is your favorite gothic metal band? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for another analysis of metal lyrics. Until then, Happy New Year!